Hi everyone, it's Jen here at Simple Local Life, and I'm back at Wells Lake Farm Market with my dear friend Elspeth. How are you today, Elspeth?
Well, I know it's Tuesday, but I thought it was Thursday. So I don't know if that says it all. Maybe it says it all. And it's noisy, I'm sorry, it's the roof opening in the greenhouse.
Yeah, it's a greenhouse. It's got work to do. There's things that have to happen to make all this work, you guys. We're just going to go with it today. We have our mic on, and
Hopefully
we'll just kind of fluctuate a bit. Yeah, hopefully everybody will be okay. Yeah. But yes, that was quite a weekend. It was such a long weekend. Elspeth thought today was Thursday, I think. But anyway.
I did.
You guys had a busy time here.
It was kind of a little overwhelming. We're recovering today and restocking. So we look a bit fuller than we did at the end of yesterday.
Well, it was
a weekend.
It was a beautiful weekend.
It was. And we're very happy and very thankful for all the people who came by. Yeah. We know that some people were a little disappointed because there were things they wanted they maybe couldn't get. Yeah. But we're well stocked again, and I guess that just reminds everybody, and I'll remind everybody, if you have your heart set on something, please call us. We will put things aside for you and try to accommodate as much as possible. But we do thank you for your patience over the weekend because it was a little busy.
Yeah, and that's a great idea. We still got another full month here of August and the long weekend in September. Yeah. And like you said, just it's been busy, and everyone's dealing with getting back into this new normal here now. So calling is always such a great idea, especially before a weekend, to get in an order of what you want. So keep that in mind if you guys are making trips or plans for weekends or any day really, but especially around the weekends.
Yes,
I know it's extra busy.
Yeah. And if you have a special event, we know we don't want to disappoint you. When you want dinner rolls and we're sold out of them, or brown bread and we don't have it. So call ahead. Or book online. Our online store makes it very convenient.
That's very easy to do. Yes, good tip, Elspeth. Okay, so today,
new product
from
Paula Huskelson. This is exclusive right now to us.
Nice.
This isn't being sold anywhere else right now. I'm sure she maybe will have it in other places, but we have it first.
Okay.
It's a gardener's scrub soap.
Yes.
And a lovely product made locally. So we think that this would be a great stocking stuffer for people that maybe are starting to do a little Christmas shopping.
This is great.
But don't wait. Now you're gardening. You've got those grubby nails and hands. Yeah. Mine are a great example of that. But this is a nice product to pick up. And
her business is called Lather Lane Soap.
Yes.
I've been back to see her little studio. She does a lot of great work back there.
Yeah, she does lots of different kinds.
Yes.
But this is the one we're carrying, which is her gardener scrub soap, which we think is well suited for us.
And it's a great, like you said, a great Christmas stocking stuffer because, next season when gardening really starts, that's when you're really in there all the time. And anyway, this is great. So this is in the market now.
Now available.
Perfect.
And we've just got an order of things in. I know people are picking up some things. They were busy over the weekend. We were really down on kind of our giftware things. Okay. But we have a nice order came in today, so there's lots of stuff. Corrine has restocked with mats, and we talked about mats, and we've got some nice colorful ones that have just come in that are looked nice and summery, and we've got a good period of summer ahead. Yeah. We've had August is kind of the tipping point in some ways, although I still feel we're in the full force of summer.
Yes, we are.
Which brings us to the next thing.
Okay.
Which is lavender, which is in bloom now. And I want to talk a little bit about lavender.
Yeah.
Because I Googled, why is lavender so popular?
You just wanted to know?
I just wanted to know. I have my theory, but lavender...
What are the people saying? What is Google saying?
Well, Mr. Google says it's been around a long time.
Okay.
Like 2,500 years or something, or more, probably longer than that. And it's been one of the, because it's so well known, I think that makes it popular. It's one of the first herbs that people really kind of got onto, and it's used in so many products.
Yes.
And it's supposed to be, although I don't know, refreshing, relaxing, de-stressing. These are all words.
Are you not feeling any of that, Elspeth, when you get the lavender out?
I bought one of those infuser things that everybody has, and I bought lavender. The little oils that you drop in.
Take all those
worries
away.
I didn't find it made a whole lot of difference. It made my house smell better. I put it in my bedroom because I thought, it'll help me sleep.
Soothing, a spa-like experience.
Well, in the winter, I don't really need it, but when I need it, I don't use it. But anyway, I'm not discounting any of this.
No.
I do know that we sell a ton of lavender. There are 40 odd species of lavender,
Wow.
something like 450 varieties of lavender.
Okay.
It's native to the Mediterranean and North Africa, but there are lots of varieties. That's why we have so many varieties, is that there are varieties that have been developed to grow all over the world.
Okay.
And so here, the two varieties, we sell two. There's probably lots more available, but the two that we find grow well in this area in our conditions are this one, Munstead, and we sell Hidcock.
Yes.
Those are the two varieties. They're growing in our garden here at the market. They're just finishing up flowering here. So there are varieties that would be later that you might just see flowering, or you may have different varieties in your garden. But the two that we sell, and we still have a supply of these available. Not many of them, but there are still some plants. There are many reasons for growing lavender, but the one that I think many people around here know is because it deters the deer.
Perfect.
And what better way to deter them by having
Yeah.
something as beautiful and fragrant as lavender?
A natural, just a natural, plant in your garden
It
that's
is.
going to help keep those deer away. It's perfect.
They don't like to eat it, and the smell, even though we enjoy it, is not something that the deer
that
seem
funny?
to enjoy. I don't get it myself. They're stupid, those deer. Anyway.
They're not thinking straight.
There's something that we talk about a lot on Facebook Live, and I talk a lot to customers about it.
Well,
but
it's a big problem.
it is a huge problem. And if you look down the road at Kevin Eminos, he said to somebody that was here the other day that the 20 cars that he had in his yard were all as a result of deer damage. Yeah.
Wow.
Well, right now, at this time of year, the does, their fawns are big enough that they're starting to move with them.
Yes,
I've
we've seen some.
Yeah,
just
and
this
I've seen
weekend.
it over at my place.
Yeah.
I saw the doe that always has a fawn down in the lower end of my field next to the house. She was out on the weekend.
Okay.
Her fawn is beautiful.
Yes.
But they cause havoc for cars and gardens.
Yeah, cars and gardens, yeah.
So getting back to lavender, this is what lavender is all about. And I know that some of it is flowering, and if people want to keep it for making potpourris or for just breaking
Like
up,
sachets
sachets or any of that, you harvest it when it's like a third to half open, when the flowers are a third to half open on the stem. I've picked one that doesn't have a flower on it because we actually don't have any left that have flowers on them. But you harvest it before it's completely open, because those will open as it dries. You harvest it, cut it off, and hang it upside down.
Yes.
And those other flowers, as they dry, will open. So those are my tips on lavender. The other thing is it likes full sun and hot, quite hot, dry conditions.
Okay.
Now, when you plant it, it shouldn't be dry because you want to get it rooted in.
Right.
So make sure that you
Right.
water it in well.
Yes.
If you're buying any plants now, we still, as I said, we still have a supply of them available.
Okay.
But if you're planting them now in this heat, you want to make sure it stays moist till it gets rooted in. Once it's established, it can be in a dry spot. And if you take any cue from us, where we have it planted is in a dry, hot spot, right at the entrance to the
Well, that's
market.
good. That's good to know.
So those are my tips on lavender. And as I said, been around a long time, lots of varieties. The ones that we sell are the ones that are perhaps best suited for here.
I think they're such a beautiful plant too, even when they're not in bloom. They just look so pretty in a landscaped garden or along a pathway. Like, they're just really lovely plants.
And people think it will last forever, but like 10 to 15 years is kind of the life on it. And then it'll get very woody, and even though you've been pruning it, I noticed the ones here at the market would probably have to replace. They're probably close to 15 years since they were planted. I kind of lose track of time, but they've been around a long time, and they looked really awful this spring. Well, I'm going to tell you, we aren't always
Mixed
the
in with
example.
all the beautiful plants that were there.
We're not always the best example, but we do try to, stay on it.
Yeah.
But we did prune them up, and they bloom fine,
Yes.
but they are starting to look a bit woody, and I think we should replace them. And interestingly enough, they've seeded themselves out, so there are some plants that are
Some new
fresh,
ones?
new ones coming up,
Good.
and we'll remove the old woody ones, perhaps at the end of the season.
Okay.
So
any questions while we're live? I see a few of you guys on there watching about lavender or anything else you might have on your mind. Please feel free to ask, and we'll try to get that answered for you.
And the next thing I wanted to talk about was all the fresh fruit that we have available. I've got blueberries here today, but in the market today, we have strawberries, raspberries, blueberries, cherries, all Nova Scotia grown fruit.
Wow.
Beautiful. The strawberries are back. Now, we won't have them every day, but because they're coming out of the valley, we're getting them. They're coming out of greenhouse growing there.
Yes.
And they're a different type of berry that are grown. But if I know people are still looking for strawberries.
Yes.
We get calls every day, or people coming in the market every day for looking for that fresh fruit, fresh strawberries. But the high bush blueberries are here, and we have a couple of different suppliers for these. But right now, these are from Penny Hill Farm, which is right here in Lunenburg County.
Yeah.
And beautiful berries brought in. We got them yesterday, and we're get enough for Thursday, and then Thursday there'll be another bunch come in.
Okay.
So this is fruit that we're getting every couple of days. So we know that it's fresh picked right from here in the area. And my tip today is about freezing, because these are a berry that freezes really well. And all you do to freeze them is dump them on the tray. We can see that.
Yeah.
And pop that in your freezer. You pick out the ones that are green.
Space between them.
Yeah.
And,
so it's like power freezing.
Yep.
And then when you put them in a container, they're individually frozen.
Okay.
They're not frozen as a clump.
Okay.
And so it's really easy to take them out for a smoothie or for muffins or anything that you're doing. This is a method that I recommend for high bush blueberries and the wild blueberries.
Oh.
People sometimes go through a lot of procedure with freezing fruit, and it's as simple as just putting it on a tray and freezing it individually, and not overhandling it while it's not frozen. Once it's frozen, then you can separate it into either bags if you want to put it in a bag, or if you have, little containers that you plastic containers that you put it in, either one of those will work. But once it's frozen, then you're not going to have that squishing of the fruit, particularly the wild blueberries, which I should mention. I spoke with Randy Nogler today. This is Tuesday, not Thursday. It's Tuesday, August the 2nd. So if people are watching this at another time, they will know that we should likely have them in the market on Friday. Wild blueberries. So best to check. It depends a bit on the weather. He talked about maybe harvesting today, but it's raining, so he said they were going to hold off. And of course, the rain helps to plump up the berries.
Yeah, that's perfect.
And makes them a little bit bigger. And so we know we're close. And so I'm saying probably on Friday. Best to check with us before you come if you're really wanting wild blueberries. So that means we'll have nice fresh blueberry muffins with wild blueberries, which is when they taste the best. These are the high bush. Which I just like for fresh eating. I don't really like cooking with them. I know people do, but I think that they are best for fresh eating and freezing and then using later in the season. This method of freezing, which I've said, just put on a cookie sheet, works really well for raspberries as well. And raspberries are so perishable. I mean, we get small amounts in because overnight they can deteriorate quite quickly. So if you get them home, put them on, and you can't use them right away, or put them on a cookie sheet, pop them in the freezer. They plump up because of the freezing process, and then it's easy to take them out and use either for something that you want to make. But raspberries are highly perishable, so don't wait around.
Good tips, because these seasons are you're kind of waiting all year to get the fresh, especially locally grown produce in, and then it just seems so short. And like you said, if you want to kind of start planning and being able to put some away in the freezer for over the fall and winter, this is
the raspberry season is short, maybe 10 days. It depends a bit on the weather, and this heat, they're probably coming pretty fast. But the high bush blueberries, we'll have blueberries till close to Thanksgiving. We've had them as late as Thanksgiving. We have to switch suppliers sometimes. Some of the farms only grow for an early part of the season. Others grow for an extended season. So our supplier is not always the same. But the quality is the same. It's always good. And the size of the berries, these are really nice berries. And these folks were telling me they don't do any spraying.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, from these. So these are a natural grown berry.
Good.
And but Wile blueberries coming, and we'll soon be on to apples. So I'm going to be talking about that probably on our next time we're together.
Okay.
In 2 weeks, we'll be talking about apples.
Wow.
We likely won't have them quite yet.
Where's the time
but
going?
I'll have talked to Birch Hill Farms.
Yep.
And we'll have a bit of an idea. Birch Lee Farm. Walsh's in the valley to get a little update on sort of how the crop is looking.
Okay.
And we can talk about that when
Perfect.
the first apples will be, the end of August before we'll have those.
Right.
Right now, cherries, which I have been eating, they're so good. Cherries,
They are so
raspberries, strawberries, and high bush blueberries are in the market now.
Perfect. Anything else going on in the market, Elspeth? I know I see lots of the food is still going on. I saw a lady in there getting all her soups and dishes to go to stock her freezer, it seemed like, or be ready for the week. But
yeah, there's the usual things that we have available, but today we just highlight kind of the peaks of the season, as I like to say.
Perfect.
And still lots of the hodgepodge ingredients available.
Okay.
So
Good.
the greenhouse, we're pretty well scaling down. We have a few things still available, but not a lot of things. But I know people have been in the last day or so, I'm selling my house and I need a planter. I'm having a party and I need something to fill in the hole where something didn't grow.
Yeah.
So we still have a few things that we can help you out on filling, but over the next week and a half to 2 weeks, we'll be switching over to fall mums. I hate to say that, but by the time we're talking the next time,
It's going to be apples and mums.
We'll be on to something
in 2 weeks.
else.
We're halfway through the month, and then it's time.
Things will start to really change the look a little bit.
Yeah. Well, I know you had a busy weekend and you're catching up today, so thank you so much, Elspeth, for taking a few minutes and going over a few things that are happening still here and what's available here at the market. If you guys have any questions about anything that we chatted about today, please feel free to leave them down below. And thank you again, Elspeth.
Little reminder, fertilize your plants. For those that you
Always a
still
good
have,
reminder.
I'm going to remind you every time because there's still a good growing
Still a
season
good time.
ahead.
Yep.
And reminding you to put that fertilizer on is important.
Good reminder.
Yeah.
Thanks, Elspeth, and thanks everyone for watching. See you
See ya.
next time.
Bye.